Diego Simeone. We spoke to Andy Brassel just before the break, our European football expert. He said there are rumours circulating around at the moment. Might be true, it might not be. But if it is true, Bentley, Diego Simeone, firstly, if he were to come over to the Premier League, there's no doubt about it, it would be box office, wouldn't it?
Yeah, of course it would be box office. I mean, you talk about a guy that just... He's a classic example of one of the managers and people in football that when they're at your club, you absolutely love them. You love the antics, you love what's going on. When he's not on your team, you can't stand him. And Simeone is a little bit like that as a player. Obviously, he had the whole Beckham controversy, didn't he? So it's one of them where, let's say, he's a good manager. Regardless, at face value, regardless if you talk about the football and what he's like as a character, what he's managed to achieve at Atletico Madrid, winning a couple of La Liga titles when you've got Real Madrid and Barcelona there, winning 2 Europa Leagues.
That in itself, by the way, is unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Winning a couple of Europa Leagues, getting to a couple of Champions League finals where obviously Ronaldo and co turned up and done them over. He's done a very, very good job. So what Andy Brassel was saying there, I kind of can understand. He said Italy would probably be the best place for him. And when you look at the style of football that he plays, it looks like it's more suited to Italy than certainly the Premier League.
Yeah. His win ratio has been at Atletico now since 2011, December 2011. His win ratio is just under 60%, which is, I think, quite frightening, actually. It's that high. But you're right, if you're in charge of a club that are in the same division of Barcelona and Real Madrid and you can win not 1 but 2 league titles, that in itself is quite incredible. But I can't stand his style of play. I cannot stand his style of play. I think he loves the dark arts. I'm not a fan of that. That's not how football should be played. We just heard Adrian Durham's rant about it, and everything Durham said I totally agree with. I don't know if I want to see that in the Premier League. I want to see him in the Premier League. I want to see him on the touchline, maybe next to Miguel Arteta. I get that. It would be box office. But if he came to my club, I'd be devastated. I think the style in which they were playing... And listen, one of the clubs you would imagine him going to, right, is Spurs, for whatever reason, right? I know Spurs fans are desperate for success. I don't know if they'd want to see that style of football. I mean, so many Spurs fans have questioned the style in which Antonio Conte has brought to the club.
Didn't like Jose style?
Didn't like Jose, and rightly so. I don't know if you really want Diego Simeone as your club manager.
Do you know what it is? I think when you look at the Spurs and they speak glowingly about the Pochettino era, and rightly so, because the football they played was exciting to watch. They were hard to play against, had a couple second place finishes. I think they finished second a couple of times, Spurs, I might be wrong. I know they were certainly top 4.
Yeah.
And the football was good to watch. I honestly believe that if someone like a Simeone, and Jose had the chance, by the way, but they sacked him a week before the cup final. I think if you play this type of kind of football, I think you have to get a kind of honour over the line quickly. Because then fans will go, all right, it's not pretty to watch, but look, that's what's at the end of it. We've just won a trophy, an FA Cup or whatever we've won. But I think the longer you go without it, without winning it, like Conte got him into the Champions League last season, finished 4th.
Yeah,
you could tolerate it. If that brand of football continues, Spurs have been slow starters this year, and that football continues, and there's no trophy at the end of it, or Spurs fall out the top 4, then it's almost like, really? Do I want to watch that?
If for whatever reason Arteta left your club, would you want Diego Simeone and his style of play coming in at Arsenal?
Do you know what? I'm not saying he wouldn't be at the forefront of my thinking to get right. Arteta's gone. Where's Simeone? No. Yeah. But if he got to the Arsenal Football Club and there's success there, then I'd kind of I'd stomach it.
But the style in which you play now is so lovely to watch.
It's lovely to watch.
There's a lot of Man City in there, right? The blueprint from Pep. I get it. You wouldn't have anywhere near that free-flowing football.
No, it'd be different. And again, when you look at some of the signings they've made, like the likes of Atletico,
yeah,
like Thomas Lemar. When he was at Monaco, wow, I remember thinking when they signed him, oh my goodness, Griezmann. They've obviously got Griezmann. They've had Carrasco as well. I think back in the day. I think he's just gone back there. They've had João Felix. They've had players that are ball players that give them the ball, they can make things happen. But it's almost like they've been turned into robots.
Yeah.
It's so workmanlike. And again, who am I to sit here and go, it doesn't work? Because obviously you read out his honours there. It clearly does work.
Mm-hmm. Let's go to the phone line, shall we? 03717223344. Jack's a Manchester United fan. Hello, Jack.
Hi, Andy. Hi, Darren. You all right, boys?
Good, very well. How are you? It sounds busy where you are.
Did you just call us?
Pardon?
Yeah, I'm on the way home from work, lads. Oh. Sorry, the traffic's a bit bad.
That's okay.
I just wanted to tell you, Diego Simeone, good manager, right? But I've got 2 points. Going to Premier League matches now is expensive. So as a United fan, if I had to pay to watch him manage my team, no chance. Absolutely no chance. And second of all, right, there's a lot of overpaid players in the Premier League who throw the handbags out and their arms up when they get told off. He would lose the dressing room with a number of clubs. And Spurs fans, they say they want him. They're moaning about Conte now, so he's a good manager, but I'd hate him at my club.
Would you like to see him in the Premier League?
Yes and no. I think it'd be so frustrating to watch, but like you said, going back to your point, if he was your manager, he's passionate, and that's all you can ask for.
Yeah.
But for me as a United fan, no chance.
Okay.
Do you know,
Thanks, Jack.
I mean, that's a good point he made there, but he's right. You know, he spoke about Premier League players and that he'd lose the dressing room. Clearly, he must be doing something right at Atletico, because look at the football they play.
Yeah.
And we spoke
but
about
the style in which they play is awful.
Yeah, and if you're like someone like a João Felix or a Thomas Lamar, you're like, I don't want to play in this style. But he still hasn't lost the dressing room. They won the league a couple of years back, not last year, the year before. So clearly, when Suarez was top goal scorer, clearly he didn't lose the dressing room.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.